he's played it. Wow.
No, but this is amazing.
No words, just admiration.
So every chess commentator and his dog is covering this game today. It's got to be done. It's a rematch of the 2023 World Chess Championship. We've got Jan Nepomiatchtchi with white here, and he's playing against Ding Liren with black. It's the Tata steel chess tournament, the Wimbledon of chess as they say, round 10, and this game does not disappoint. It's got everything. So Jan kicks off with pawn to e4. We get e5 played. We go down this well-trodden path of the Roy Lopez with bishop b5, also known as the Spanish game. a6 kicks back that bishop. There are options to trade, but you never really win a pawn. Black can always win it back. So this one retreats in the main line. We get knight f6, castles, bishop e7, and now rook e1, the main move, but d3, a very popular sideline. Defends this pawn here, so there's truly a threat to take and win a pawn. So b5 breaks that pin. The bishop slides back. Pawn d6, c3, castles, and a4. Goes a bit Bugs Bunny on that queenside structure. Nibbling away. We get bishop d7, connecting the queen to the rook, so that if captures, you're ready to then meet this threat. And why not bishop b7? Well, from here, you can challenge this strong piece later. And now there is a threat for black to go knight a5. Hit this bishop, open up this bishop here, etc. So bishop c2 can be played. You often see that, but bishop a2 selected in this game. And sure, you can capture, but then the queen recaptures. Yes, there are knight discoveries, but the queen can slide back. It's not such a big deal. So instead, Ding goes h6. The grandmasters love these little bunny ear moves, Nepo copies. You give the king a little bit of room or luft. And now after rook e8, bishop e3, here Ding goes for a mysterious rook move with rook b8, another top sign of a grandmaster. Now not so mysterious, you're maybe preparing b4, or pawn takes here, opening the rook on this pawn. Now Nepo ignores all of that to an extent and goes knight b to d2. And now if you take, opening the rook, what's your plan here? Well, you've just given up this square on c4. That one is juicier than Vladimir Kramnik's Twitter or X. So you don't want to go taking on a4. Instead, we see bishop f8. Now, if this is ever played against you, that is a sign you're playing a super grandmaster. They maybe didn't tell you they were. They could be undercover, like those cop cars or police cars don't really have the lights. But this is a high quality grandmasterly waiting move. You open the eyes of the rook here. And now Nepo absolutely love this moment in the game. Does he play boring, stodgy chess, rook e1, maybe you do a bit of takes here, do something with these pawns? No. He plays g4. Let's go. He wants to kill Ding and Ding's king. And when did the world chess champion become the whipping boy of the Tata steel chess tournament? This is ridiculous. And for context there, Ding's already lost a lot of games. Poor guy is under pressure, out of form, not played in a while. How is he going to stave this one off? There are many moves. You know, you can start with knight h7 or b4, but we'll stick with the game. Bishop e6, very logical. You want to get rid of this long range Mark Wahlberg sniper. So here, Jan shoots, he hits the target, Ding takes back with the rook, now he takes here, opening the A file up, and g5, ploughing forward with the attack. Here comes Gary, the debt collector, banging down the door. Ding owes some rent, so he takes on g5, we get knight recaptures, rook is hit, Ding does spot it, retreats, he is still the world chess champion, and now king h2. What else? You want to attack down that open g file, and now this is really instructive. Remember it for your own games. If you're getting attacked on the flank, where do you counter? Yes, in the center of the board. That's what Ding does here. Pawn d5, great move. Nepo also understands you don't waste tempos in such a position. Capture, activate your opponent's pieces. He goes rook g1 to continue his attack. And now d4 from Ding. Great move. The bishop is trapped here. So this pawn now captures, and here it goes a bit Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and being one traveller, long I stood, or something to that effect, right? Because you have to decide which road you travel down. Do you take with the knight? Good move, keep this d file open on the backwards d3 pawn, or as we see in the game, do you travel this road and take with the pawn? Well, that's what Ding goes for. Both moves were playable, pros and cons to each. The bishop finds this diagonal, but now the king can be exposed, and bishop d6 starts to play for that. Knight e5 might come. So you can take on d6, but bishop g3 selected. We get takes with check. Rook recaptures. What could be more natural? Queen d6 now pins that rook. And so Nepo unpins with the very unnatural king to g1. I mean, somehow it just looks way nicer on h1. You know, who knows if you use the g file a bit more or with a second rook or something. But okay, deep stuff. Stockfish is purring with both moves, h1, g1. Nepo still has a nice attack here, and now Ding has a choice. Do you go knight e5, which can lead to some absolute craziness after f4 and pawn dropping, and there's piece sacrifices flying, but black gets chances. It's really, really rich and complicated and exciting. Or do you go for the side quest? Because rumour has it the chief arbiter had said that day, whoever can make the most rook moves between move 25 and move 34 wins a signed Anish Giri board, 24 hours access to his Twitter or X, and a training camp on how to draw at chess. Well, Ding, he was too tempted by the latter. He goes for rook a8 here. Just count this number of rook moves. Incredible. So the a file was taken. Rook recaptures. Now we get queen b3. Going for the attack on that f7 pawn. So queen d7 covers. Now this knight comes into f3 and it's a great tension building attacking move. Why didn't this pawn get captured? Well, suddenly the black pieces can activate. Queen kicked, knight is pressured. Now you can get a move like knight h5 and you can really get some tickle going that could well lead to a draw. Not what Nepo wants. So he doesn't touch the pawn. Instead we see the knight move as mentioned and rook a1 check, knight h5, order of the day, get some activity going. But Ding, this is just horrible. He goes rook b8. He's taken the mysterious rook move a step too far. We've just established it's not good to take that pawn for white. You really activate. What is Ding playing at? So queen c2 from Nepo, he's looking at the weak c5 square, the knight, and rook b6. Disgusting move. Just playing a babysitting mode. This rook wants to set up its own creche. Take care of these couple little babies and the knight. And now this is great from Nepo. You want queen c5 invading, but then queen d6 starts trading. So instead, e5 comes first. Great move. Yes, you give up some squares to black, but you clear the e4 square for white. You know, maybe a queen one day, maybe a knight one day, and we'll see how the pressure builds. Now, knight d5 possible, but not best. The queen starts transferring like a snake. So knight h5 played, hits the rook, rook g4, and now look at this. Ding is just absolutely dead set on this side quest. He goes rook b8. He's fallen in love with his rook. I mean, what should he have done here? Well, he had to go queen d5. This is where you can see he's a man out of touch. He just does not recognize the positional threats here. The queen just dominating now the entire center of the board. Also, knight e4 was a good move there. e6 on the way here. Rook d8. Obviously, at least Ding is going to win that goodie bag with Anish Giri. But now knight e4 comes, many good moves, e6 as mentioned, but this one played, and you'd love to go queen d5 here, trade these queens, but look at this. For a sting at the end of the tail, you can go rook g5, and the knight is pitifully stranded. If you go knight f4, well, whack, you run into this check, forking king and rook, and you can't capture. There's a pin here, and if you go g6, bang, then you run into the same thing. Wallop is like a Batman cartoon over here, and the pieces are dropping. Nasty, nasty tactics. So queen d5 not played, queen e6 instead, but there's new problems. Rook h4 hits the knight. Where's it going? Well, g6 comes in a minute, but first rook d5 chases away the lady with a big stick, and now queen a8 check is on the way, but first g6 to cover the knight, and after knight fg5, fantastic killer move.
But he's played it. Wow.
No, but this is amazing.
No words. Just admiration.
We see resignation from the chess world champion, because the queen's hit. You obviously want to take this pawn, but pause here if you want to test your puzzle rush and see the killer blow, because there's a great one here, all to do with the same tactical themes. So well done if you found it. It starts with queen a8 check. Now you're about to pick up this knight, if you go rook d8 or something. So this is logical, save the knight, block the check, but then there's takes here, and you take control of this square. This is the key thing. Pawn recaptures, but now this is the really nice part. Can you see the icing on the cake with it all? Bang! You give up the queen for rook, because this, and you're a knight ahead, winning endgame. Now there's other kind of tactical ideas, if the queen doesn't take, if it comes here, you still run into takes and check. If it comes here, you've still got problems with the f6 square after takes, so all roads lead to Rome. Ding is dead lost here. That is a crushing game, and honestly, my heart just breaks for Ding right now. Just getting his ass whooped. Feel for the guy. I hope you enjoyed. Hit subscribe if you never want to miss a future. Big thanks to everyone as well that signed up for membership. Really supports the channel. Discord community coming soon. I want to get that set up. Work with people who have signed up for membership. Get feedback. So do look out for that on the way soon. I think that covers it for this video. Check out the one on screen for another great game of chess, and I'll see you soon.